a few guys who had a decent game. From our left to right, we have senior wide receiver Jalen Coker, head coach Bob Chesney. Fifth year Jacob Dobbs, who had a career high 20 tackles today. And are you junior, Jordan? I can't keep track. Junior Jordan Fuller had 4 rushing touchdowns, 1 touchdown reception, so 5 total touchdowns today. Also a career high in rushing yards. I'm out of breath. Coach Chesney, do you want to start with a general statement?
Yeah, I think the most improvement you usually have as a team is from game 1 to game 2. You know, I think we looked at the overall game here and we had a good improvement from half 1 to half 2, right, which was certainly a necessity. We did not come out very fast and defensively we were slow. I think there's some younger guys out there that were playing, I don't want to say timid, they were just trying to do their job and make sure they handled all of it, and I think in the second half they just let it fly. Obviously, you put the ball near this guy, he's going to make a catch. You know, hand the ball, that guy's probably going to do something with it, and then you know, this guy obviously is all over the football field. Good to have him back. So a good start. You know, any win you want to celebrate and be excited about, but there's going to be a lot on this film that we got to fix.
Questions?
Coach, what'd you say at halftime?
Not much, right? I think these guys really did it. Jake handled the defense. We just said it's the most meaningless score. You know, one of the most meaningless statistics is the score at halftime, and we understood that we were going to be able to battle. You know, and we're conditioned to battle for a full 60 minutes, right? So I think we knew where we were. We just knew we had to make plays. We knew we had to rely on each other to make plays, and we had a couple big ones in the special teams. That kickoff on the opening kickoff where the kid thought it was going in the end zone, and we start down, you know, get them to punt the ball, and then we're on our way. So I thought. You know, it was just a matter of stay the course. Nobody panic right now. Just keep doing what you're doing. You haven't even made any of the big plays yet. They're about to show up.
Jake, to hold them to a field goal in the second half, what went into the defensive effort?
You know, I think it speaks a lot to like how mature, you know, some of these young guys are to be able to take that coaching at halftime. I think it speaks the world to our coaching staff. Coach James, Coach McGann, Coach Dell, Coach Barnes, and Coach DeMikes. They sat there for about 5 minutes. They knew exactly what we needed to fix, and we had a plan and we executed. So shout out to the coaches. They did a phenomenal job with the adjustments, and you know there was a lot of young guys out there who did a phenomenal job stepping up and executing those adjustments. So extremely proud of everybody involved.
And what was it like for you to be back in action after 11
months? It's a blessing. That's the best way I can describe it. I mean, being out there with those guys is the highlight of my day, whether it's a 100-degree practice or it's that day. And I have been waiting for this day for a long time. And
we have to.
And it's honestly just, it's so fun to be a part of this team. Like, even like all individual stuff aside, like just being on the sideline and being able to have those guys cheer you on and cheer those guys on, it's the greatest feeling in the world. So just one of the most blessed people on this planet at this moment.
Jordan, talk about your career game.
I mean, it was just a lot of open holes from the offensive line. Started out a little slow. We had a tough 4th down that we couldn't convert early, but we had 3 really full field drives in the first half, and we felt like if we could just finish those off in the second half, then we could finish this thing. It makes it really easy when you got guys up front that have been there for 4, even 5 years, playing on that offensive line. CJ Phoenix, number 44, had an absolutely incredible game, pulling on counters, powers, and just really clearing everything out. So it's just a testament to everything they've done up front with Coach Zark, Coach Kennedy calling the right plays.
You played a lot last year, obviously. How much did that experience prepare you for the expanded role you have this year, and how excited are you to step into that lead back role?
It's great. Got to play a lot last year for sure and be in some high pressure moments. So it feels a little bit more like practice when I'm out there now. It's kind of how I think of it, and just the mindset I try to take to it. Just the same attention to detail as we would on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm cherishing it. We have a great steed of backs out there that all played well today in their different ways. So
Jordan, you just entered the top 10 for touchdowns at Holy Cross. How you feel about that?
I mean, that's great. I didn't know that.
It's been in the top 10 for a while.
All right.
You're higher up on it now.
I heard Gail say it, so.
You can't do anything, in this game as an offensive skill player without your offensive line. So, that's really that.
Jake, just going off of kind of how last season ended for you individually, and also how your team made it all the way to the quarterfinals, and coming back this year, do you feel like you got you and your team has some unfinished business that you'd like to take care of?
Yeah, I know. We have a lot of unproven guys on the defense side of the ball, and they're hungry. They're hungry to make a name for themselves. We're hungry as a defense to make a name for ourselves. I think on the offensive side, they're a veteran unit, and they want to be the best in the country. We all strive to be the best every single day. So that's what it comes down to. That's what this program was built on 5 years ago, and we've continued to do that every single day. Be the best every single day, and we're just going to continue to do that.
You guys got some opportunities with some deep routes. Jalen, I know you had a couple of big passes. Was that just you guys taking advantage of their one-on-ones when you saw him and just he quarterback and receiver connection worked on those?
Absolutely. I think it's if I'm ever matched one-on-one, I feel like throw me the ball, just throw it up, let me go get it. But yeah, no, we definitely took advantage of their defense and we knew what it was coming in.
There's some good turbo situations. Situations where we went pretty fast too after bigger first downs. The clock doesn't stop anymore to move the chain, so we were trying to move as quick as we can and catch them in some substitute packages. I thought Matt did a great job on the one in the right corner, really looking the safety off to the left and then coming back to the right and throwing an excellent ball. So we missed a couple other things in there too, but these guys, in a one-on-one matchup, we like our guys.
In that first drive too, you guys marched down the field, but then you guys got held. What got it going? Because there was a couple of series you guys didn't do much, and then it seemed like one series, once you guys got rolling, the offense started flowing.
Yeah, I think you just got to find a play, and you got to let that play be the catalyst of that drive, right? And I think that's where we kind of started that scenario when we have break a big run. Then okay, now let's use this momentum. Let's pick up the tempo a little bit, and let's get a chance to feel, that we're moving the ball in a positive direction. Let's use this momentum, and I think that whole thing is what we started to find. We did have a couple of big ones. That fourth down stop was tough, to stomach, but it is what it is, and I thought we came back out and just kept battling and finding the play and letting that, again, breed another play and breed another play.
Coach, if you could talk about Merrimack as an opponent, because I was telling the scout for the Dolphins on the way in, I said, this is now a rivalry, and I don't think it was ever supposed to be, 2 years ago it really started. If you could talk about them as an opponent and what that was like.
Well, I think we all have a ton of respect for them. I think they're a great program. I think that, I don't know. I don't know the rep. I've played against Merrimack for a long time now, and every time you play them, they are a tough, physical team. They do a great job with player development. They do a great job with talent evaluation. They do a great job with talent acquisition through the transfer portal, etc. And it's really fun to watch them, put a program together. It's a great coaching staff, a great head coach, and great players. So I had the utmost respect.
Did you guys hear any of the chants at the end of the game about your next opponent?
No. Just talking about this one right now.
Yeah. Watch the film tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then, just be our best every single day, have the greatest practice ever in our lives on Tuesday, and do the same on Wednesday, Thursday, and so on.
Defensively, in that first half, they had a lot of success running in between the guards and in between the tackles. What did you guys do differently to slow that down in the second half? Because it seemed like they had moments, but they didn't really have as much moments, as successful moments.
Yeah, I think the way they were blocking some stuff, it was really interesting. They were blocking kind of in unison. They were moving together, and we were trying to fit blocks instead of just being downhill. And then we got to some different fronts defensively, and then honestly, it was just kind of a look in the mirror moment, like, hey, we just got to start running through people's faces again. Like, it was that it started, 2 years ago during this game, run through someone's face, and at halftime, that's exactly what we said. We got some different fronts schematically, did some different twists, and that, alleviated a lot of the stress in the run game.
Jalen, you had a touchdown after that flag against Luka. What was that like, the next play you caught that bomb?
It was awesome. I mean, what can I say? I'm hoping for a lot more of those this year. So it's a good start.
You were making big play after big play. Talk about your role in the offense this year.
Well, I mean, I think my role is to bring the younger guys up. I mean, be a leader. That's something that I've worked on a lot this offseason, is really be a voice, be vocal on the field, and just go out there and just have fun. This is my senior year. It's big for me, but I mean, I'm just enjoying every moment of it with these guys, with this team, with this coaching staff. So, I mean, I really can't ask for much more.
Jordan, did you feel like late in that fourth quarter that they started not wanting to tackle you? Did you feel like the offensive line really took over the game? That's why you guys had so much success.
Yeah, I think as we started running a little bit more of our our bread and butter stuff, we started to wear them down for sure. And when you're going against an offensive line like that for 4 quarters, it's hard to battle every single play. And I think those last couple drives you could kind of see that.
Jake, fourth quarter, you guys shut them out on defense. What can you talk about the team's finishing mentality on the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, I mean, I looked at all the guys in the locker room at half, and I said, listen, we just got to out-physical them, and, we have to play harder than them. And the most meaningless statistic in football is score at halftime. I say if we go out there, just everybody do their 111th, everybody do their job, and just run through someone's face, through the whistle, in between the lines, we'll be fine. So that's what it came down to, just, playing our style of football. I don't think we played our style of football as a defense in the first half. I think there was a lot of, excitement and nervousness and just trying to everybody be perfect at their assignment. And then once we got some guys comfortable, we started, running through people's faces. You saw the result. We had a, pretty good second half.
All right, we'll do one or two more questions if anyone has any more.
How does it feel to be back in front of the Holy Cross community, Coach?
Awesome. I mean, I did look, turn around a couple of times. The stands look filled. It was a perfect day out there, and this is that first game when I love watching it because families haven't seen their sons in however long through all of camp, right? Like since August started until now, and that first time to watch mothers, fathers, grandparents, guardians come together and see their sons, and for that first time, it's pretty cool moment, right? So I just liked seeing that last night, and we like seeing it again today, and hopefully have a chance to spend some time together before we get back to work tomorrow. But not only community, but these families, a lot of people make this a pretty special place. So it's it's cool to reap the benefits of that reward on game one.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.